This newest Fortnite update might have just dropped the biggest bombshell on us ever, and I am so excited by it. After almost 2 years of no proper storyline live events, which the last one was Fracture, we are finally getting an event with an in-game cutscene, a lot of storyline build-up, and the possible death of a character, and finally Fortnite themselves are teasing it. This looks like it's going to be incredible. The teaser that Fortnite have been posting on their socials simply says Doom is coming, which is ominous and pretty scary, but it gives us a good idea of what to expect. On the island right now we have a Doom bot, which is basically a robotic version of Doom, but in this event we're going to see the real him. From the loading screen of him against Hope, it looks like he is going to be massive, and leaks even suggest he might burst out of the forge on the map, turning into a Titan-like being, which would just be so cool for an event. Reminds me of something like the Robot vs. Monster in Chapter 1, and the fact that we're getting anywhere near that. This is really exciting. Just to make it even more unbelievable, the rumor going around is that this is the first of 2 live events in-game for this season. Assuming they will both include cinematics, this is on par with something like definitely Chapter 1 and maybe even some of the Chapter 2 seasons, and it's nice to not have to call this a mini event. This is a proper thing and I'm so excited for it. So speaking of that cinematic, later we're going to get into why Epic can now create live events and why they couldn't before with their resources and the metaverse, but first I want to know what will be in the event. Obviously we'll get Hope versus Doom, as they've both been given styles for the event. Hope has her Pandora chosen style, which is, yeah, it's lackluster. And Doom's looks absolutely incredible. I mean, sure, she's in some really weird clothing, but she fucks this guy up. Someone else we could see getting potentially really injured, and I've foreshadowed this in many other videos, and this video is Jones. It'd be an amazing send-off to his character to be brought back in with the first live event that has a cinematic in ages, so I guess we'll see what happens. The thing that's really interesting to me is that Epic have managed to pull this event together, even though all the other ones this chapter have been mini, and the Donald Mustard interview suggested that Epic weren't really focused on live events anymore. I'll tell you what I think happened in a sec, but if you want to drop your thoughts below in the comments, that'd be great, and while you're down there, you may as well subscribe if you're enjoying the video so far. My best guess as to what's actually going on here is that originally when the metaverse existed, when it first came into existence, Epic needed to put a lot of time and energy into making sure it at least somewhat succeeded. They've done a very good job with Lego, the updates are incredible and it's a fun game, and then Rocket Racing kinda died off, but Festival's still pretty decent, the concert was cool, but I think now that Epic have realized that the focus is still a lot more on Battle Royale and these other modes are still doing decent, they can focus back on really selling this amazing end to a chapter and also bringing a lot of people in for Chapter 2 OG. I gotta say man, Chapter 5 might be up there in like my top 3 chapters. It's definitely above Chapter 4 for me, and maybe Chapter 3 considering how good this event is. Obviously they do have still some amazing cinematic teams, like I don't know if you saw the Tesla cinematic or the Billie Eilish trailer was phenomenal, and so was the trailer for the Colombo Lego update. That was just fucking movie quality. I don't know man, I'm really excited to see how this turns out. And I'm really grateful that Epic are now devoting these teams from the other modes to be more focused on Battle Royale, because they know that's what we want. We want a really good story send-off for this chapter and they're gonna give us it, so I'm happy. So we've talked about why the event's gonna happen, but what's gonna happen after it? Leaks suggest that not only the forge will burst and break open, which could be to do with Fortnitemares and then the release of Mephisto, who's the Marvel Devil, but there's also 100% proof that the rift beacons around the map will be displaced and put into all different areas, and then a pumpkin biome will start growing around it, obviously leading into Fortnitemares. But why are rift beacons involved? Well, leaks also suggest that the 0 point is going to be involved. The dry lake in the middle of the island has fully dried up now and suggests that maybe our favorite little blue ball holding together all of reality is going to come back. And I can't find the tweet, credit to whoever said this if I can pop it up on screen. Someone mentioned, what if we break open the 0 point or Doom does and Paradigm's just sitting inside back from Fracture? That'd be like way too good. I mean, we're already asking for a lot here, but it seems like we're getting some cool stuff. And I mean, like a good Fortnitemares is also crazy to see. We've got some really good map changes. We've got the collab with Saw, which I thought was fake, but it's not. I guess we've got the Incredibles and Shaq in the game, so what's stopping them from adding literally anyone? We've also got Leatherface, who I don't really know, and then we've got another Marshmallow skin, so that's cool. But the main thing I'm really intrigued by here is all the cube skins added in this update. Epic are really devoting the attention to the story here. We had the cube glyphs with the Rubius loading screen and the icon skin, and then now we've apparently got some like Spire symbols and IO stuff. I don't know man, I'm really interested to see where this goes. It also makes me wonder, what is this second live event gonna be? There's mentions of it possibly including a black hole, which made me think, okay, that's probably for Chapter 2 OG, but that doesn't really make sense because we never had a black hole before Chapter 2. I stand corrected, yes we did, and that actually makes a lot of sense. sense. Okay, so whatever happens with Doom and the 0 point is going to likely lead to a black hole at the end of this chapter, which will bring us into Chapter 2 OG. This could totally be Hope's chance to find Jones again, seeing that the Chapter 2 OG ends with the device event, and that's where Jones was first introduced, so that all kind of makes sense in a rounding off the story type of way. I don't want to say I'm excited again, because obviously you can hear that I am and I keep saying it, but Fortnite seems to be doing really good with these events. If we're getting a good Fortnitemares, really anything can happen. So keep your head up, and I'll see you all for the event on October 5th.